And what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. For real, man. So who for all y'all that don't know, man, Wick just got arrested on attempted murder charge and shit. But to me, it sounds like it's gonna end up being a self-defense case because Florida's stand your ground. And the story that I seen doesn't make no sense. So supposedly an 18-year-old kid with a strap was just there minding his business. He wasn't antagonizing nobody, but he asked Jay Wick, "Are you good?" Or he said, "Ask Jay Wick, you straight?" And then Jay Wick turned around and shot his ass. That's what it said in like the thing online that the police posted. It said that the victim stated to Jay Wick, "Are you straight?" And then Jay Wick turned around and shot him. That's bullshit. I don't believe that for a second. Because usually when somebody in a altercation or something is saying you straight, means something's about to pop off. So my best guess is there was an argument, an altercation of some sort. This kid was strapped up. He admitted to the police, but then tried to say, "Oh, he never had his gun in his hand at the time of the altercation." Well, first of all, you got to be 21 in Florida to own a pistol anyway. So either way, he was breaking the law too. I'm not going. I carried guns when I was 18, 19, and 20 before I was 21 too. So there's no is what it is, but the fact that he had a gun on him too and was an illegal carrier. Jaywick was a legal carrier, and then obviously some sort of altercation went down. I just don't believe for a second that Jaywick turned around and shot this 18-year-old kid for no reason just because he said you straight.
TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to share this video. I got some news for you Negroes today. Georgia rapper Jayy Wick has been arrested for attempted murder after he shot a teen at the beach and then performed his hit song on stage. And the moment the news hit the internet, everybody's been taking the cautionary approach. Let's not rush to judgment. We don't know the full story. Let's give Jayy Wick a fair chance. I'm not one of those people. Cause Jayy Wick finna get the same work these other drill rappers get. Every time a drill rapper does some stupid shit, every time they commit a violent act, we get on here, we chastise them, we laugh at them.
That's not true. Maybe you do. I mean, maybe you get on here and criticize them and rap and do all that shit. I'll be screaming free them people. Maybe you get on here. That's cornball activity. I ain't even gonna cap. You gonna get on the internet and talk shit about somebody? I said Pooh Shiesty was a dumbass because Pooh Shiesty did some dumbass shit. But Jaywick, if this is a self defense situation, it's Florida. It's a stand your ground state. So no matter what, he's gonna be good. He wasn't a dumbass. He didn't go crash out on some stupid ass Pooh Shiesty shit, kidnapping your boss. Come on now. Whether it's video cameras and witnesses, that's not the same thing. This is not the same thing.
We made fun of them. We start talking about the culture. So we got to do the same for Jayy Wick. I don't give a damn about him being 2 shades lighter than me. The facts are the facts. Because according to the reports, they said he fled the scene after he shot this teenager. Now, we can say it may have been self-defense.
Doesn't matter if you flee the scene. I done looked this up and proved to it. Yes, fleeing the scene could make beating the case a little bit harder, but lots of people flee the scene after self-defense situations. Self-defense is still self-defense um even if you flee the scene. Like there's been females that have killed dudes in self-defense and then flee the scene because they were scared and thought they were going to get in trouble, so they left. There's been dudes that were self-defense but left the scene because they were felons but ended up getting arrested on murder charges or attempted murder charges, but they beat it. Even though they're a felon, they still beat it because self-defense is self-defense. If you didn't start it and you defended yourself, it's still self-defense, whether you left the situation. Yes, it does make it harder to beat because they can say some shit like, he fled the scene, so he knew his actions were wrong, this and that. But any good attorney is going to pick through that and be like, nah, he fled the scene because he didn't know this, he didn't know that, he didn't know if he shot somebody, he was defending himself. This and there's so many ways that you can go around it.
We can say he might have had a good reason to shoot this team, but we don't know because he fled. And anytime you flee the scene, that don't sound like an innocent man.
Cap,
That looks guilty as hell.
cap.
Because let's look at it from this point of view. If Jay Wicken did do self-defense, if he had a good reason to shoot the team, why would you leave the scene?
Because I'm not going to call the cops. I'm going to get out of the situation. I'm going to get out away from that situation. I don't know if there's more people there trying to harm me. What am I going to do? Sit around and wait and see if I got to smoke somebody else? No, I'm going to get out the situation. Wait for the cops to come find me. Then I'm going to fucking self-defense, make them people do their jobs.
If I commit an act of self-defense, if I defend my life, the last thing I'm doing is fleeing. When the police arrive on the scene, I'm be laying on my stomach talking about, yeah, I'm him. The firearm is right there. This what happened. I defended my life. And then I'm going to take it up to the court of law. But according to reports, Jay Wick didn't do that. He shot this teenager multiple times.
Because you're a civilian.
And then he went to the club to perform. Ain't that
because you're a civilian, dog. That's why. You're a civilian. That's why you would lay on the ground like that.
crazy ass shit?
Wait and call the cops and make statements. Even in self-defense, you don't have to make statements. All you got to say is, I felt my life was in danger. I defended myself. It was self-defense. And then you make the cops and your lawyers do their jobs. You don't say nothing else after that.
Don't believe me? Take a listen to this news clip because you know we're going to break it down. Let's go.
That's why with the Gucci shit.
Wait, if you were
with the Gucci shit, everybody said, oh, Gucci had to call the cops to get insurance on all of his shit. Cool. Gucci could have called the cops to get his insurance claims and said, I got robbed. I need my insurance and all this. But he didn't have to name names. You didn't have to give Instagram names and full government names and all that. Make the people do them jobs. You got the security cameras. You can prove that you was robbed. Your jewelry's gone. Insurance will claim it. That's all you had to do was file a police report. You did not have to name names. There's a difference.
Officials say Atlanta
as soon as
artist
Gucci named names, he's a rat.
26-year-old Donald Anderson, who's also known as Jay Wick, has been arrested and charged with attempted first-degree murder. Deputies say that Anderson fled the scene and continued his night as if nothing happened.
Man, whoever's in here, drop a like, a comment, man.
Shot a team multiple times at a beach, fled the scene, went to a club, and performed like nothing happened. That's a sociopath. Because even if I shoot somebody in self-defense, damn the performance. I'm worried about his life. I'm worried about my freedom. I'm shitting bricks. Damn performing. Damn.
Why am I worried about his life? He tried to do something to me. Fuck his life. What are we talking about here? You try to harm me? I don't give a fuck. Rest in piss. Why am I worried about the dude's life that tried to rob me?
I'm getting on stage. I gotta go to the police station to make sure everything's all right. To make sure I clear my name.
Because you're a civilian, dog. I'm not walking in no police station voluntarily.
Immediately. So that's red flag number one. He fled the scene. And then even if you do fled the scene, after you perform, you should have still went to the police station. Hey, man, it was a shooting earlier this night. I'm the guy you're looking for. Let me get my side of the story. He didn't even do that. But let's continue.
Later performing at a local establishment. Investigators say they tracked him across state lines to the Atlanta area.
I see why Jay Wick wears hats all the time, though. I fuck with you, Jay Wick. Your music's crazy. He even commented on some of my, one of my fucking videos on Instagram where I put the pork or the lemon pepper song because I was cooking with the lemon pepper seasoning and shit. And Jay Wick was commenting on it like, hell yeah.
Where working alongside federal and local partners, he was taken into custody.
That
Bay County
hairline's
Sheriff Tommy
egregious,
Ford
bro.
released a statement saying, quote, "We will not tolerate this kind of violent behavior in Bay County. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. If you
hear that? They got the sheriff talking. This is what he said. We would not tolerate this kind of violent behavior in Bay County. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. If you come to Bay County to commit these crimes, we will find you and hold you accountable." I think Jay Wick is cooked.
No,
because you listen to the reports. If you read the articles, it was multiple witnesses out there.
Yeah, if you read the articles, they don't add up. When somebody walks up to you and says, you straight, and then gets shot for no reason. Nah, people say you straight in physical altercations and arguments and shit. When two dudes are getting into it, people be like, "You straight? You straight? Like you want to go?" Like obviously something was going on. This 18-year-old kid who was armed, make mind you, when you can't own a pistol until you're 21, he was armed on the beach. Went up to Jayy, and obviously something went down. Jayy did not just shoot this dude that he didn't know at all for no reason.
They pointed him out. They gave police statements. And then to put the icing on the cake.
And there are witnesses that are on social media that were there that are coming out saying, no, Jayy didn't just shoot him for no reason. They're literally coming out saying, no, there was an altercation. There was a fight going down. Like I seen multiple videos of people in the Bay Area who were getting on social media saying they were on the beach and saying that there was an argument and a scuffle that went down before the shots were fired. So there's more to this story.
Jayy own bodyguard allegedly gave statements saying he seen what happened. Damn. So we got to look at Jayy. Buzzing rapper, very talented, had a new sound. I liked his songs, Pork Chop Sandwich. I liked all that. And you threw it all away because you don't have conflict resolution. You don't know how to deal with conflict. You don't know how to deal with a problem. See, you've been hanging around that crowd. They done got to your head, and you actually thought it was a good idea to allegedly shoot somebody multiple times, and your bodyguard is right there. You let your bodyguard do that. You don't do it. You're the breadwinner. You got a chance to make life-changing money. You just signed a major deal.
First of all, if somebody's trying to rob me and I got a bodyguard, but I can protect myself first before I get shot, I'm not waiting on my bodyguard to shoot the dude. I'm going to shoot you. If my life is in danger, there's only a half a second that you got before somebody else can get to their gun first. I'm not waiting. Like, yeah, I got bodyguards, but I'm also gonna be on my P's and Q's. And if I think I'm about to die, I would rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Why would you even throw it away for that? Even if you get found not guilty, you still gotta go through stress. It's still gonna put your career on hold. I don't think this is a publicity stunt. I just think a lot of people let the money get to their head. They let that gangster image get to them. And a lot of times lately, a lot of these rappers just been crashing out, man. I'm just sorry. The rap culture is messed up right now.
That's fact.
Everybody's crashing out. Everybody throwing their career away. We even got a white rapper committing violent act. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Damn. Now, you know TMZ, they got the arrest footage. And I'm going to play it for you guys. And I'm going to give you guys a nugget why I think he cooked. Because it's something they found on him when they arrested him. Don't believe me?
The gun.
Take a look again.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Yeah, they found the
just
gun
by
on him.
thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Y'all see that? That's the most commonest arrest I ever seen. Police ain't raising their voice. They putting the handcuffs on them light. Everybody soft spoken. Man, if it was a nigga, get on the ground. They got the guns drawn, especially if you wanted for attempted murder. You don't get arrested standing up.
That's not how that works, bro. They're in a public place where he was sitting down at a restaurant. They just walked up to him real calmly. If you see the whole footage, not just this part where they already have him in handcuffs, the dude was sitting down. He didn't see him coming. They walked up to him. Like, race has nothing to do with this, bro. I got 2 gun charges in my life, and when they come to my house, they come deep as fuck. They come with 3 officers every time. When I had a party, they pulled up AR-15s and put me in handcuffs and fucking shit in my driveway in my wheelchair. I'm not black. Like, why can't you just comment on the video without bringing race into it at all? This was in a public place where everything was calm the whole time. If he would have took off running or he would have acted all jittery or something, then yeah, they would have pulled their guns and screamed at him. It has nothing to do with race. Like, bro, come on. Why you got to do that shit?
They throw your ass to the ground, knee in your head, knee in your back. You know what I'm saying? They got restraints on you. This is the most calmest arrest ever.
That's a bullshit ass take right
Damn.
there. I ain't even gonna play with you.
Niggas don't get arrested like that. Niggas don't get arrested standing up. If we wanted for attempted murder, they throwing our ass on the ground.
Depends on where and when and how. If they gotta come find you with a warrant at your house and kick your door in, then yes, you're gonna get arrested with a knee in your back on the floor in your house. But if they catch you out in public where they can calmly walk up to you in a shopping mall, when Jay Wick didn't even see him coming, they came from the back and they slowly walked up behind him and just, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't a heated situation. They weren't gonna fucking draw guns and all that shit right here in the mall unless something happened, like unless he took off or tried to fight them or something, then yeah, of course. But nothing has to do with race, bro. I see the SWAT team pull up and fucking raid my buddy's dad's house. They had him on the ground with knees in his back and all that shit. We got the videos of it and everything. The videos of the SWAT, like, race has nothing to do with this. That shit happens every day in white towns too. Like, come on. Quit
Even
playing
if we
like
try to
that.
surrender, nigga, you getting tackled. That's just the
Bullshit
way it
ass
is.
take right
Don't
there.
try this at home. I'm just being real with you niggas. on
No,
that.
he's not. No, he's
If you
not.
think you
He's
finna
not
be wanted
being.
for attempted murder and you get arrested standing up, try and see what
I
happens.
got armed. I was fighting
Try.
armed violence, classic
That's all I'm
felonies,
saying.
fucking
Let's
with
continue watching.
gun charges and everything else, bro. Lying. He's not giving you a real take.
Your truck out here?
Y'all see that? Oh, I feel for him. He facing a murder charge. I got arrested
Not facing a murder
on some
charge.
misdemeanor shit and did a day in jail. Never.
He's not facing a murder charge. He's facing attempted. And of course, the way I completely understand why he gives the takes he does when he said what he just said right there. And nothing against you. I fuck stay out of jail, my boy. Jail's not fun. I've never spent no time in prison, but when he said I've only been arrested on a misdemeanor and only been in jail for a day, I see the takes that he has, that he does. You know what I mean? For this first 7 minutes of the video, I see
For him.
and get it.
I
Now.
know what he going through right now. He in that little ass holding cell. He making phone calls.
You don't
trying to
know
make
what he's
bail,
going
family
through.
acting funny. You know when you go to jail, if you think when you go to jail people coming to your rescue, hey, you mistaken.
You was in there for a
Answer
day.
your call.
He was in there for a
I went to
day.
jail trying to make bail. Everybody would get smart with me.
Cap.
Hey man, bro, what you keep calling me for?
He was in there for a day. Obviously
keep thinking
not.
shit sweet, man. Now
Why this dude?
he's
lying?
arrested.
Oh, dude,
He's
this
sitting
dude
in
lying
jail.
like crazy.
And I'm gonna tell you why he's cooked.
He was in there for one day talking about nobody was answering, nobody was getting it. Bro, you was in there for 24 hours. Somebody got you. What the? You ain't got a cap like that to act like it wasn't sweet in there. You don't know what Jay Wick's going through. He's about to do months, maybe years, fighting this case just to fight it. He's about to do years. This is Florida. Look at Melly. 7 years later, he's still fighting the case. But that's 2 homicides. This is attempted murder. This won't take near as long, but he might be in there for a year and a half just fighting this case. You have no idea what he's going through.
this article. He's cooked because they found a firearm on him, and he better hope that ain't the same firearm that he was using to shoot him.
No, he better hope it was. If it really was self-defense, I hope it was. Because if it was a self-defense case for real, which it sounds like it was, then I hope it's the same firearm. Because Jay Wick's not a felon. He's probably a legal firearm, a legal carrier. I bet he has all of his cards and everything. I bet he's a legal firearm carrier.
I'm gonna read this article and we're gonna break it down some more because his bodyguard threw him all the way under the bus. Don't believe me? Take a listen to this. They ain't gonna believe it. Boom! This the article. It say Atlanta artist Jayy Wick arrested for shooting at Florida beach. Damn, niggas can't even go to the beach in peace. Y'all causing violence at the beach. See, beach is one of them places Well, you got your shirt off, you got your little swim trunks on, you know, you putting your feet in the water, it's relaxing. How you niggas bringing violence to the beach? Man,
Well,
that shit
people shouldn't
crazy,
play
man.
with people.
Let's continue reading, y'all. A performer known as Jayy Wick has been arrested in Metro Atlanta in connection with a shooting that critically injured an 18-year-old man at a Florida beach, according to the Bay County Sheriff's Office. Okay.
He's 18 with a firearm. You can't own a firearm at 18.
Authorities identified the suspect as 26-year-old Donald
You
Anderson,
can own a rifle, but you can't own a pistol. He had a pistol on him.
who faces a charge of attempted first-degree murder. What we know. Deputies said the shooting happened around 11 p.m. April 25 at Beach Access 83 in Panama City Beach. When deputies arrived, they found an 18-year-old man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators said eyewitnesses identified Anderson as the person who fired multiple shots at the victim. Dang. Now, I want to know what was the altercation about. Because a lot of people are saying, hey, it could have been self-defense cut. You're right. It could have been self-defense, but why flee the scene? Did the witness corroborate that it was self-defense? Was it a fight? I don't know.
It doesn't matter if you flee the scene. All-Star Jr. fled the scene. Smoked homie. Fled that shit. Self-defense is self-defense, whether you leave the scene or not. Yes. Now, if my grandpa, who is a normal civilian, a regular dude, never been in the streets at all in his life, 100% a normal civilian, kills somebody in self-defense, he's going to call the cops and give his whole statement. But when you're in the streets, bro, you cannot call the cops and just give a statement. He could have went a couple blocks away and waited until the cops came, turned himself in, and just said like, yeah, it was self-defense. But then you don't make statements. Like, you don't start saying what happened exactly. You go get yourself a lawyer. You tell your lawyer what happened, and then you tell the freaking lawyer it was self-defense, and then you freaking fight it in court. You don't be making statements. Like, it's not that hard, dude. You just don't understand.
I'm ready to hear Jayy Wick's side of the story. Because right now, we got what the police say. He's a violent person. We don't get you. We don't care about who you are and where you're from.
They called me that too when I had my first court date when I got in jail. The day after I got arrested on armed violence and shit, they said that I was a menace and a danger to society because I had ski mask and gloves and all types of shit in my car too. And they didn't let me out of jail. And then I went back to my next court date like 10 days later, 11 days later, whatever it is. And then fucking I got my judge who presides over my case. And so it's a different judge than the first day. And then the second day you get your judge, or the second court day, you get your judge who's going to preside over your case for the rest of the time. And then he, like, cause we were shooting a music video. So all the ski mask and shit were my Still Alive ski mask. They had Still Alive on the forehead and shit. And I literally told my lawyer to tell the judge, like, man, look, none of that shit had anything to do with the guns. We weren't trying to rob nobody, nothing like that. Like, because the fucking ski mask and shit were for music videos. I said they have my name on them. I said if I was gonna rob somebody, why would I do it with a ski mask with my name on it? And my lawyer said something to the judge, and the judge was like, I agree. And then they let me out on house arrest for 380 days while I was fighting the case. And then they dropped it down to a class 3 and a class 4 misdemeanor. And I would have had to do 6 months in county. But I got time served because I did 380 days on house arrest. So like when you're on house arrest, that goes for time served on any jail time that you will fucking have to do from your case. So I ended up getting out on fucking time served. So, and I've been off house arrest for about 7 months, 6 months, 7 months now. So.
Okay, sure enough. Let's continue reading, y'all. According to the sheriff's office, Anderson fled the scene after the shooting and later performed on stage at Vibes nightclub in Panama City. Deputies said he was in the area for 229 takeover weekend. Now, that's the problem that kind of got me bothered a little bit. That's the type of thing that makes me think he's a sociopath. You involved in an altercation. You shoot somebody multiple times. At this point, you don't know if they dead or alive. And you still go to the club. to make your money? You still go pick up that back end? You still perform
If
on
it was
stage?
self-defense, hell yeah, I could care less, bro. You tried to play with my life. I smoked you. Now I'm gonna go get my money. That's not sociopathic behavior. That's literally me handling my business. I got bills to pay, and you tried to fucking stop me from being able to go pay my bills that night.
Nigga, you ain't worried. Nigga, you ain't upset. Cause if I gotta commit a violence act like shooting somebody, I no longer want to perform. Damn the performance. I lose this money. I got some stuff I need to handle. I don't know my freedom at risk.
Hell no.
I don't know if I just
Exactly.
killed the man. So
He
him
knew. He knew. I don't know if my freedom's at risk. That's why he said, "Oh shit, I gotta go get this one last show in. I better go get this one last show in. Get this money real quick. I'm gonna need it from my lawyers."
being able to perform and keep his composure, yeah, that nigga's crazy. Real talk. That's the only thing I can say.
Nah,
Let's continue reading,
you're
y'all.
just a normal civilian. That's why you think that.
During the investigation, a security guard associated with Anderson told deputies he heard the gunfire, located the victim, and moved him closer to the pavement from the beach area. Investigators later obtained the arrest warrant and traveled to Metro Atlanta on May 4th to conduct surveillance and interviews. So yeah, according to the reports, Jayy Wick bodyguard was there, and he told the police he heard the gunshots. He moved the victim from the beach to the sidewalk. Now, my question is, if you're his bodyguard, why did Jayy Wick even have a gun, and why did he fire the weapon? That's what I want to know.
Jay Wick's not a felon. This is America, dude. Jay Wick is not a felon, and this is America. Why does Jay Wick not have to have a gun on him just because he has a bodyguard? If I'm a legal FOI card or a legal concealed carry, or in Florida, I don't think you have to have any of that. You just have to not be a felon. As long as I can carry a gun legally, I'm going to. Whether I got 10 bodyguards or not, I'm still carrying a gun. What is you talking about? This is America. It's America for real. Like, this dude's soft as hell. I ain't even gonna cap.
You wasn't doing your damn job as a bodyguard. You got some
And
explaining
drop
to
a
do.
like if
And
y'all
Jayy
think
Wick,
this dude's
if you had a
soft.
bodyguard, you let him do that. The only thing you need to do when something pop off and you're a
Fuck with
rapper,
his
you got a
content.
bodyguard, stand behind.
I'll
the
be
bodyguard.
watching his shit. I watch his channel, but he's giving some bad takes on this, and I understand why, because he just doesn't understand that type of situation at all.
Let your bodyguard do the work. I know we call you Jayy Wick. I know you let it go to your head, but that don't mean you fire off a pistol. Nigga, is you crazy? Making all that money, you willing to throw it away? And let me become a famous rapper. You couldn't trick me out my spot. I don't care who
no,
you are.
I'm not-
I'm not firing a weapon. I'm not committing no violence. I'm just getting to the money, living my life. Anybody got time to be fighting the case, man?
But I'm also not
continue.
gonna let somebody play with my life.
Authorities
If you tried to
arrested
rob
Anderson
me
on
for
May 5th
real, like,
without
it was a
incident.
self-defense.
ChatGPT, what's a future-proof business in 2025?
If it was self-defense though, and that dude tried to play with Jay Wick, then this dude is giving a terrible take. Now, if it comes out that Jay Wick really did just smoke this dude for no reason whatsoever, which I find that highly unlikely, because people don't murder people for no reason. Melly didn't murder nobody for no reason, which I'm still screaming free Melly, but I 100% think he fucking killed his homies. But it wasn't for no reason. They were extorting his ass and shit, from what I've seen. But like, yeah, man, people don't kill people for no reason.
Okay, let's read it. Authorities arrested Anderson on May 5th without incident with assistance from United States Marshal Service, Atlanta Police Department, Clayton County Police, and Panama City Beach Police. Investigators said a firearm was recovered from Anderson during the arrest. What's next? Anderson is expected to be extradited to Florida. Authorities said the investigation remains ongoing as detectives continue interviewing witnesses. If convicted, Anderson faces a minimum mandatory sentence of 25 years in prison and up to life imprisonment. Damn. Now, what's the difference between aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and attempted murder? Because he is facing.
Yeah, I was charged with, well, my first gun charge, I got charged with unlawful use of a weapon back in 2022 because they said a dude called and said that I shot at him and shit, but I never even had my gun out the car. Like I was a Ford card owner, like so like I was a legal gun owner and my gun was in a lockbox under my seat and shit locked up. But Illinois has a bunch of dumbass laws to where like even if you have your gun locked up in a lockbox and everything, you have to have the clip out. It can't be in the gun. But the dude called and said that I shot at him, which I didn't. All I did was get in my chair and roll at his ass because he was threatening some females and shit, and I got tired of hearing it. So like I got out of my van and got in, and then he drove off in his car, and then the cops pulled in like 10 minutes later because he called and said that I shot at him and shit. So I got charged with unlawful use of a weapon. I got arrested, bailed out the next day because this was before no cash bail. This was in 2022. Um, so got out the next day, but they taped off the whole skate park and never found no shell casings. So my shit ended up getting dropped down to a misdemeanor just because I had it put up wrong. I didn't, I didn't shoot at nobody. So the unlawful use of a weapon got dropped down. But but then I got charged with armed violence because in Illinois at all, if you have guns and drugs at all in a vehicle or just together at all in like a house or anything, it automatically goes up to a class X armed violence. But that's what I was arrested for, and then was on house arrest forever for fighting and shit. And then they eventually dropped it down to a class 3 and a 4. So they just separated the two felonies instead of having them together. But yeah,
Very serious charges. The minimum is 25 years. The maximum
I was facing 10 to 30 or armed violence is 6 to 30 or 10 to 30. Class X in Illinois. I think it's 10 to 30.
is life in prison. So man, he better get a good lawyer. I don't know what his money looking like, but you fighting some serious charges, man. You need the best lawyers money can buy.
You just
You just
signed a
signed a deal with
$1 million
Empire.
deal.
How you get tricked off your spot, man? Damn. Let's continue. We will not tolerate this kind of violent behavior in Bay County, Sheriff Tommy Ford said. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. If you come to Bay County to commit these crimes, we will find you and hold you accountable. Now, that's the sheriff talking like he got a lot of evidence. That's the sheriff talking like he's confident in his case. Because you were just arresting him. You say we want him for questioning. It seems like you done did your research. You done did your homework. You done gathered up the witnesses.
I don't know about that.
You done pieced together events. You know exactly what happened and why it happened. Now that you arrested Jayy Wick.
This ain't the feds. They don't build a case that quick. The feds will build a surefire case. The county cops will come pick you up on just a couple pieces of evidence, gang. Just the fact that you was there and shot a gun and fled the scene, that's enough for them to come pick you up. That this is county we're talking about. That's enough for them to put a warrant out for you right there alone. Like, and then they're gonna start getting the evidence. The county police don't need very much evidence to come fucking put a warrant out for you, bro.
This your time to shine. Now the sheriff is popping it. Hey, you come to Baytown, we gonna arrest you. We don't care who you are, where you're from. You come here committing these crimes, your ass going to jail. So yeah, sheriff is popping it, man. Hey man, this how a lot of people make their name for themselves. So yeah, man. Prayers up to the man that was shot. I don't know what happened. I bet it was over something stupid. I bet it was some ego tripping. I bet it was a little bit of hating going
I
on.
bet dude tried to rob him. I bet it was none of that. Cause the victim literally stated that he said, "You straight" to Jayy Wick. And usually when that comes up in a situation, it's in a heated argument or right before a fight goes down. You straight? You know what I mean? Like, you straight, bro? What's up? You straight? And then shit gets to popping off. So yeah, I guarantee there's some bullshit, bro. You just never been around that shit. And I get it. I understand. That's probably why you don't quite. I mean, I'm not saying he ain't never been around the streets, but I'm saying that he ain't never obviously been in that type of situation to where he don't, or maybe he has and he's just looking at this wrong because usually when somebody says you're straight, that's about when shit's about to pop off. Like, you straight, bro? Like, what's up? You straight? Like, we about to get to going. Like, we about to fight. Like, you know what I mean? I bet shit started swinging. That 18-year-old kid already stated that he had a gun on him. I bet in whether the 18-year-old kid had a gun or pulled the gun doesn't matter. If they got into a fight, if we're fighting, that is stand your ground state. If we get into a fight, I have every right to blow you down. I have every right to shoot you, especially in Florida, especially in Texas. Any state that has stand your ground and we're fighting or something, I have every right to shoot you.
I guarantee you. When we find out the reason why Jay Wick had to allegedly shoot this dude, we gonna be like, man, over the hat? This don't really make sense, man. When y'all rappers gonna stop crashing out?
I might be wrong.
Y'all have great careers. You got great earning potential.
I might be completely wrong. Dude, Jay Wick might have just had a fan come up to him and trying to talk to him and shot him for no reason. I don't think that's the case. I just can't see that. No, I don't know. Fuck that. I guess King Von did say it best, but King Von said, "You walk up on me the wrong way, you can die." But so like maybe Jay Wick took it in the wrong way when that kid said you straight. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like usually, especially like in beef situations, when somebody says you straight, like that's usually like we about to squabble. Like so. Maybe Jay Wick took it the wrong way and just shot this kid for no reason. But I just don't see that being the case. I bet there's more to this story, if you ask me.
And you throwing away over nobody. Because this 18-year-old, I guarantee you was a nobody. I guarantee you when we look into his past, he was up to no good anyway.
Exactly. Andy was carrying a gun and coming. Bro, I'm telling you, Jay Wick did not just shoot this dude for no reason.
So he ain't even worth it, man. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts about this whole situation. I want to know how you guys feel. Because I'm going to be honest, a lot of people being very quiet about this Jay Wick incident. Everybody waiting for the facts to come out. Everybody being hush hush. And my question to y'all, what the fuck y'all so quiet for? When it's a drill rapper, when it's Chicago, the moment we hear this, we on the internet making videos, we going off. We talking.
Who's being quiet? Nobody's being quiet about it. There's videos all over, everywhere. Everybody's making posts. Everybody's talking about it. What are you talking? Nobody's being quiet about it.
About the culture. We talking about how we needs to be better. We talking about how they need to build more boys and
He's part of the culture. I grew up in the country. I mean, my town's like Effingham's pretty diverse. The little small town that's closer to where I am is mainly white, bro. But we grew up in the country. Like I grew up in Effingham, I grew up in Indiana, and I grew up out here in the country. Like I'm a single white baby for real, and I still fell into the same. Cause like around my town at all, there's no gang banging shit at all. The streets, anything to do with the streets around here is just drug shit. Cause there's drugs around here bad everywhere. So yeah. So anything around here for the streets is just drug shit and what comes with the drug game. You know what I mean? Of course, fucking people fucking doing all kinds of shit in the drug game, but there's no gang banging aspect to it. But bro, like he grew up mainly around black people, bro. He's part of the culture. Like, and the fact that you like
everybody waiting for the facts to come out, everybody being hush hush. And my question to y'all,
like just because he's that's why I say like why are you bringing race into this shit at all? It has nothing to do with race at all. Like I don't understand why this dude is bringing race into this situation at all.
what the fuck y'all so quiet for? When it's a drill rapper, when it's Chicago, the moment we hear this, we on the internet making videos, we going off. We talking about the culture. We talking about how we needs to be better. We talking about how.
See, that's the thing. Who the fuck? I don't watch them videos. I don't see nobody sitting here dogging on people. I see people dogging on Pooh Shiesty because he did some really fucking dumb, idiotic shit. Like he just got out the feds, blew up, dropped one of the biggest first day out songs ever. Like he was doing NBA numbers. And then he did one of the absolute most dumbest things you could do. Doing it all on video, trying to get out of your record contract. Like, bro, like that was one of the dumbest, almost as dumb as robbing a dude for the pairs of shoes that he did on video in the McLaren or the green fucking car that was in his name. Like, those are dumb crimes. But nobody's dogging on Pooh Shiesty. But like, nobody's dogging on other people really for crimes unless they're dumb crimes. This doesn't seem like a dumb crime. People aren't dogging on people because of their race and saying that, oh, they need to do better because of this. They're just saying that they just literally talking about how fucking that person did a dumb crime.
They need to build more boys and girls club in the neighborhood. When this happened, everybody hush hush. Everybody giving him the benefit of the doubt. Everybody said, hey, cut, it could be self-defense. Let's just wait. We don't never wait. We run our damn mouth. That's the only thing I want to know. Why y'all niggas so quiet? Hey, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, share this video. Give me a like. I love you guys. Peace.
Man.
Positive affirmations help keep me grounded.
Man, y'all, it's still live checking out with y'all, bro. I'm going to do another reaction here in a little bit. Fucking later, y'all.